Yeah, we are going to discuss cursors and what is use of cursors and why we use them. So in SQL, the definition cursor means you can get the data row by row. If you want to get the data row by row, then you will be using the cursors. Like if you want some operations that you can do only by record or something like that, then you will prefer the cursors. But most if we have some other thing, instead of cursors, if we can use other thing like any other thing, then that will be good. But if you use the cursors, so instead of using the cursors, if you have any other concept, so better to use it is better to use that concept, not to I'll always prefer not to use the cursors. Okay, and we will be seeing the real examples also. So there is a concept called cursor. What this cursor does, you can store the results of a query into one name, and from that name you can take record by record. You can pull record by record, one record at a time. See, let us say when you do select star from, right, select star from table name, then what happens? It is going to return all the records at a single shot. But what this cursor does, suppose the first thing, you need to store the results into one location. For getting the results, you need to write some query, and whatever the output you get from that query, that query will be stored in one place. And from that results, let us say you got 10 records output from that query. So, the 10 records will be stored here, and after that now the cursor takes a record by record, and you can take record by record from the cursor. You can take record by record from the cursor, and you can give that to the you can do whatever operations you want on that, you can do. Okay, I am going to explain it clearly. So, basically, in order to declare the cursor, there are 5 steps. There are 5 steps to in a cursor. Okay, first you will declare a cursor. Declare cursor. Cursor is also one type of variable. For a variable, we use the word declare, right? Cursor is also one type of data. It's a kind of data type. You can call it as a data type, or yeah, it's kind of a data type. Okay. So, first what you are going to do, you are going to declare a cursor. After declaring the cursor, so for that cursor, whatever the query you want, so this place that we are using to store the data, right, that place is nothing but the cursor in a simple way. Okay. So, first you declare cursor. After declaring the cursor, you will open the cursor. Okay. After opening the cursor, when you declare the cursor, you will give some query here. So, when you open, whatever the output you get, that output will be stored in that cursor name. Now, you are going to use the fetch command to fetch record by record. Okay, one record at a time. After once you fetch, then once you are done fetching the records, fetching means you will pull the record by record, you will close the cursor. Once you close the cursor, you will deallocate the cursor. Okay, deallocate in the sense, since the whatever the output you got from the query, it is stored in one location, right. So, that when you deallocate, that space will be freed, so that other people can use that space. Now, we are going to see one example from the cursor. So, always cursor is related with the while loop. Whenever you create a cursor, right, definitely you will be using a while loop for that. That is a must. Okay. So, let us see for some data, or else we will go from this one only, AdventureWorks department, tables department. I think it has 16 departments or something. It has 16 department. Okay. So, what I am going to do, first as I said, first I am going to create a cursor, and cursor means it is a type of location. Okay. So, in order to create a cursor, what I will be doing, first as I said, I will be using the term declare. Declare, and you will give the cursor name. What is the cursor name? Same like a variable, right, but you will not use the @ symbol. I will use here test underscore CUR cursor, and what is the type? The type is called cursor. Okay. So, this is a name, declare name, and the type is cursor. So, you are declaring a cursor for that. And after that, what query you want to store? for, and after that you will give the query name for, and after for what I will do, I will just copy this query whatever the thing I got from the AdventureWorks. I will paste it. I will remove top 1000 records. Now when I paste it, I have pasted, okay, I took the query and this. So now what happens, whatever the output you get from this query, that all the records output will be stored in this name, cursor name, okay. Now I am assigning the query to the name, then after that what I need to do, I will do the open cursor, open, and whatever the name you got, you can give the same name. So I have given test, right, test underscore CUR. I can give the open cursor. So now what happens, I have assigned the query to the cursor, and after that I did open cursor. So what happens, when I do open cursor, this query will execute, and whatever the results I get from the query, all will be stored in the cursor name called test cursor, okay. Now what I will do, I will fetch the values from the cursor, fetch, okay. So whatever the thing, fetch, next, this is a normal syntax, from. So you are getting the cursor, right, what are the it is from test underscore cursor into. So now what happens when it do the into, so in this cursor, how many, it will take always record by record. So when I take one record, I am getting 4 values, right. So I need to store that 4 values temporarily at one location, temporarily. So for that purpose, in order to store the 4 values, I can declare the value, declare @ID, @ID as integer, comma, same @name, @name as varchar some 100, comma, @group name, GN, group name, I will give it as varchar. Then after that I will give it as modified date, @modified date, as it is a date time, right. So I will give date time, okay, done. Now I have created 4 variables. Now what I will do, I need to give the into. So first I am getting ID, right. So I will give the I want to store that ID into the ID variable, done. Then next I am getting name, so I will store that name into the name variable. Then next I am getting variable called GN, so I will store that into the variable name GN. After that I am getting a variable called date, that is a modified date, so I will store that into the modified date variable, done. So what happens when I do this, first we are assigning a query to the cursor, next we are opening the cursor. When you open, automatically that query will execute, and whatever the results I get from that query, that will be stored in the test cursor, that space, okay. Now I am fetching by using fetch command, you can fetch the record by record. By default, when you do the fetch, it will take one record at a time, that is it. And so now it will take the first record in the sense it will take this one. The first record is the department ID. It may take any record which is there in that list. So it will take the first record in the list. After that, by using this fetch, you are taking that all the, so since one record has 4 columns, right, you are taking all the 4 columns and you are capturing them in the variables, done. You are doing the fetch. Now you will use a while loop. So my system should know how many times I should fetch, right. So generally I can fetch multiple times, okay, but how can I know that I have completed I have completed the fetch. Let us say here I got 10 records, okay, I got 10 records here. So my system should fetch only 10 times. So once it fetches the last record, it should terminate the process, right. So for that purpose, you will use a while loop. In the while loop, there is a, by default you can see there is a variable, global variable called fetch status, okay. It is a declare global variable. By default, whenever the fetch is done, it will be negative -1, okay. If the fetch is 0 means, if the fetch status is equal to 0 means that there are still there are some records to be fetched, okay. So I will use a while condition to check the condition, then after that I will use a begin. Now what I will do, so whatever the records I do, right, I will write select I want to print the records. That's it. Select at the rate of id, at the rate of name, comma at the rate of gn, comma at the rate of md. Okay, this is the thing. I'll write here select at the rate, and I'll also write the fetch status at the fourth last column, at the rate fetch status. Okay. So, the last column will be fetch status. I want to take the fetch status also. Okay. Now, what I will do? Now, once I print them, then again I will fetch the same data into the, in the while loop only I will fetch it, because I need to fetch the, I fetched one record, again you need to fetch the data, right. So, now again I will fetch my data into the while loop, into the variables again, done. Now, what happens? Now, I will end the while loop. Okay. What while loop is going to do? Since at the beginning I fetch the values, done, and it will see, okay, if you fetch the values, it will see whether you get any values in these variables or not. If so, that one you can get by using the fetch status variable. It is a system defined variables. If status is equal to 0 means there is some data into the variables, you are fetched some data. If the status is not equal to 0 means then you didn't fetch any data. So, since you fetch, then you will go to the while loop. After that, you are printing whatever operation you want to perform on the records, you will be performing here. I am just printing the data. After printing, again I am fetching the data. Okay. Now, after fetching, what system does? Again the while loop will start from the beginning. It is a while loop means it will keep on rotating. So, again it will check the status. Okay. Because since I fetched, if there are records, then the while status will not equal, status will be equal to 0, then again it will print that records, and again it will fetch the data, and again this while loop will execute. So, this while loop will execute how many times? The number of records you have in your data, that is it. Now, after once I am done, then I will close the cursor, whatever the cursor I got, test underscore cur, means I am closing the cursor, means I am terminating the cursor fetching, I am terminating the fetching process, done. After that, since this data will be stored in the cursor, right, you need to, that it will take some space. So, you need to deallocate that space also, deallocate cursor name. Okay. Now, see how it is going to be. So, when I do that, I will get the data now. So, I will just execute this cursor. Now, you can see, I can see the data in the print command. See, since I did the select, so you can, it is showing in the result. See, every record is separated by C, and when I do the select transform, what happens? I will get all the records in a single window, but now you can see for each record you are getting different windows, and you can see the fetch status is 0 0 0. So, what is the last record you are having? Where ID equal to 16, department ID equal to 16, right. So, there you can see wherever the department ID equal to, there you can see it is 0 only, because it is the last record. So, they fetch the last record. So, done. Now, if I print the fetch status later on after end, okay, after end or not, after the fetch of the 16th record, then I'll print the fetch status here, or select at the rate fetch status. Okay, that is it. Okay. Now, I am fetching the status after fetching. Now, you can see I will execute the same query. Now, you can see two prints for each record. This is the first and this one 0, this one and this one are the first round, this one are the second round. When I see the last round, now you can see I printed the data, 16th record I printed. After printing, I am trying to fetch. So, what happens? There will be no data. So, that is why the fetch status will be -1 after printing of that records. Are you able to get my point? Hello everyone? Hello? Can you all hear me? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, yeah. So, did you all get this cursor one? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello. Manas, Vinay?
Yes.
So, whatever yeah, Vinay.
ఒక్కసారి ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసి చూస్తారా, మళ్ళీ చూపిస్తారా?
యా అంటే బేసిక్గా కర్సర్ ఏం చేస్తానంటే సింపుల్గా నువ్వు ఫస్ట్ నేను ఏంటంటే డిక్లేర్ చూడండి, నేను ఒక కర్సర్ డిక్లేర్ చేసి దానికి నేను క్వైరీ ఇస్తాను ఇక్కడ. ఓకే, when I declare the cursor, I think Nukala is there also. Nukala, what we did is that we are covering the topic called cursors. Yeah. Hello Nukal, can you hear me? I think you need to unmute your microphone, Nukal. I can't hear you. Hello? Yeah. Hi Nukal.
Yeah, hi boss.
Yeah. So we are covering a topic called cursors.
Okay.
So in the cursors, whenever cursor is nothing but if you want to get data record by record, then you will use the cursor. Whenever you want to get the record by record, then you will use the cursor. So in the cursor has 5 steps. One is declare, after that open, after open you will have fetch, after fetch you will have close, after close you will have deallocate. So in the declare you are going to give some name and you are going to give query, okay, and when you do the open, whatever the output you get from the query, that query will be stored in that name when you do open. After, by doing fetch, you will fetch the record by record, okay, and once you done with the fetching, then you will close the cursor, means you will terminate the process. Once you terminate the process, since that query results will be stored on the cursor, right, it will take some space. So when you do the deallocate, that space will be released so that other people can use that space. Same way, now what we did, we have created the cursor. So cursor, what we did, we are, so don't worry about the top one, start only with the declare. So I am declaring the cursor with the name same as a variable. I declared the declare name and it is a type of a cursor. After that, I want to store this results into the cursor, right. Whatever the results I get from this, that one I want to store in the cursor. So what I will do, declare cursor name and the type is cursor for query. So now what happens, whatever the output I get from the query, that one will be stored under this name. So what I do, when I do the open, now this query will execute and whatever the output you got, that output will be stored in this name. And after that, by using fetch command, the third step is a fetch. You can see here, declare open fetch, right. So when you use the fetch command, what you can do, when you do the fetch next from the cursor name, what system does, it will take only one record from this results, and since one record has every record will have 4 columns, right. So it will take 4 columns. Now your term is that you need to store that 4 columns in some variables. So for that purpose, I declared the variables at the top, and when I fetch, I am giving the variables. So you need to give the same order. When you fetch, automatically it will be getting department ID as the first column, name as the second column, in the same order it will be waiting. So the same order you need to give the variables. So automatically the data will be stored in that variables by default. Now how many times I need to run this one selected stuff? This is the fetch command, okay. This all steps are included in the fetch command. So now I want to run this process, I want to get the record by record until all the records are pulled. After fetching all the records, I want to terminate the process. So basically you will be using the while loop, okay. Inside the fetch, this everything comes under the fetch only. So you will fetch the record. After fetching, there is a global variable called @fetch status. What this variable is going to do is that if there are no records to fetch, then automatically that @fetch status will be not equal to 0. It is -2 is error and -1 is records are done. So you can give not equal to 0. Whenever it is not equal to 0, then the while loop will not, because we are given the while loop condition as equal to 0, right. So while loop condition will not be there and automatically it will be closed. But if the records are there, then what happens, this while loop condition is satisfied, then you are going to, by using select command, I am printing that records. After printing, again I am fetching the next record, okay. So these are other things I just given for idea purpose. So after fetching the data, now what happens, again the while loop will go and check this condition. Now while loop checks this condition. Once the while loop checks this condition, since there will be some records, so again the while loop will again the inner code of the while loop will execute. After execution, again you are going to fetch the record. So again the while loop will execute, because after fetching the record, if there are any record, the fetch status will be equal to 0, right? If there are no records, then it will not equal to 0. So since you got the data, so again the while loop will execute. So this process is going to continue until the fetched there are no records written. So once there are no records are written, so while loop will not execute, then the next step will execute. So you are closing the cursor. So now you are terminating the process. Once you terminate, this query results are stored in the cursor, right? That means it is occupying some space. So now what you do, when you use a deallocate, automatically that space, that records will be erased and the space will be freed. Okay, this is the use of the cursor. So here I am just writing the code, but you can write whatever the approach you want, you can write. Now if I execute the cursor, what I am doing, I am getting the data. So this is the output of that query. See, department ID, group name, and this is the output of the query. When I execute, I will get all the records. There are 16 records here. Now when I use the cursor, okay, it is going to take some time. When I use the cursor, so what is going to take? It is going to print record by record, and after that it is going to fetch. Then same thing, when I execute it now you can see. So for each time it is taking one. See, I will go a little bit up. Oh, I think it's, yeah. See, for each output it is printing one record, second record, third record, fourth record, fifth record. Like that 16 records it is printing record by record. Okay. So by using these methods you can do many things. If there is any scenario where you want to take record by record from some data, from some output, and you want to do some operations on record by record, then you are going to use these cursors. But I recommend not to use the cursors. If you are having some other approach, it's better to use that approach, but don't never use the cursors. Okay. Now I will show you why. Since there are 16 records, right, it is taking this time. Now what I am going to do, I am going to take the same records, same table, and I am going to create one table there. Control into, this is other way to, I want to insert some table. So what I will be doing, in order to insert some create some I want to create a table with the same structure. Okay. So what I will do, Control C, into, I will give the table name, that's it, and I will give the department as 1. Now what happens, automatically whatever the output you get, that records will be automatically structure with this data will be.
చాలా కట్ అవుతుంది.
ఓ కట్ అవుతుందా? అందరికి అలానే వినిపిస్తుందా?
నాకు 2-3 టైమ్స్ కట్ అయింది.
ఓకే ఓకే, ఒక నిమిషం. లత 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 నాకు తెలిసి ఇప్పుడు కొద్దిగా స్పీడ్ ఉంటుండొచ్చు. చెప్పండి మీకు ఏమైనా ఇప్పుడు డిస్కనెక్ట్ అవుతాయి. ఓకే, హలో, వినిపిస్తుంది అందరికి ఇప్పుడు? హలో, ఇప్పుడు కొద్దిగా డౌట్ ఉంటే చెప్పండి. అయితే నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే ఇప్పుడు బేసిక్గా నేను సేమ్ తీసుకుంటాను, సేమ్ డేటా తీసుకొని దాని తర్వాత ఏం చేస్తానంటే ఇక్కడ ఓకే ఇది అడ్వెంచర్ వర్క్స్ హోమ్ రిసోర్స్, నాకు ఆ టేబుల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలంటే ఇంటూ కొట్టేసి ఆటోమేటిక్గా టేబుల్ ఆటోమేటిక్ క్రియేట్ అయిపోతుంది. నేను ఇప్పుడు రిఫ్రెష్ కొడితే ఆటోమేటిక్గా నాకు ఇప్పుడు డిపార్ట్మెంట్ 1 అనే టేబుల్ వచ్చేసింది. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే ఆ టేబుల్లోకి సేమ్ డేటాని డూప్లికేట్ డేటాని మళ్ళీ ఇన్సర్ట్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే, అడ్వెంచర్ వర్క్స్ సేమ్ ఆ టేబుల్కి మళ్ళీ డేటాని ఇన్సర్ట్ చేస్తాను. కంట్రోల్ వి ఇన్సర్ట్ ఇంటూ అని కొట్టేసి నేను సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ ఫ్రమ్ అని చెప్పి సేమ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ 1 టేబుల్ ఇస్తాను.
ఎక్కువ సౌండ్ వస్తుంది ఎందుకో మరి తెలియదు.
యా ఏకో సౌండ్ కొంతమంది ప్లీజ్ మీరు ఒక మైక్రోఫోన్ మ్యూట్ చేసుకోరా, మీరు హెడ్ ఫోన్స్ వాడకుండా వాడితే మీకు నాకు ఎక్కువ సౌండ్ వస్తుంది. హలో, యా ఇంకా మ్యూట్ చేయలేదు మీరు, యా ఇప్పుడు మ్యూట్ చేశారు. ఇప్పుడు నేను డిపార్ట్మెంట్ 1 నుంచి ఇప్పుడు చూడండి డిపార్ట్మెంట్ 1 క్వైరీని ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేశాను అనుకోండి, నాకు ఇప్పుడు డేటా వస్తుంది. ఓకే, డిపార్ట్మెంట్ 1ని నేను ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తే నాకు డిపార్ట్మెంట్ 1 డేటా వచ్చింది. సేమ్ డేటాని మళ్ళీ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ టేబుల్లో ఇన్సర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను, అంటే నాకు డూప్లికేట్ డేటా ఉంది నీకే. ఓ సారీ, ఇది ఐడెంటిటీ కాలము కాబట్టి మనం ఇన్సర్ట్ చేయనవసరం లేదు. డన్. సో నౌ ఐ విల్ ఇన్సర్ట్ ద డేటా. సో 60, 32, 64, 128, 256 అట్లా 2048 డేటా ఉంది మన దగ్గర. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు నేను జస్ట్ సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ ఫ్రమ్ కొడతా ఆ టేబుల్ నుంచి, అడ్వెంచర్ వర్క్స్ నుంచి. ఐ విల్ జస్ట్ డూ సెలెక్ట్ స్టార్ ఫ్రమ్. Okay, now when I do, I'll get all the records 4096. And what is the duration it took? It took only how much? 0.00 some milliseconds. So that's why I didn't get one second, right? It is less than 1 second for displaying 4096 records. Now instead of I'll change the table to department 1. So what happens? I'll be getting that many records. Now here instead of select what I'll do, I'll just do the print command. Okay, print id. So it will have multiple things: print id, print name, print number. I'll print all the data. Okay, print means it will be shown in the display. That's why I am doing that. Now I see print means it will showing in the messages. That's why I have given the print command. So now what happens when I execute this? I am just only executing the query. See, you can see they are like 4096 records. It is taking less than 1 minute to get all the records done. Now what I am doing by using cursor, I am printing record by record. I am taking all the records, storing in the cursor, and I am trying to print record by record, right? Now when I execute this entire cursor, see,
భాస్కర్ గారు మళ్ళీ ఆడియో ప్రాబ్లం.
oh again you are having the audio problem.
యా మళ్ళీ ఫుల్ కట్ అవుతుంది అసలు.
ఓకే అంటే మీకు ఎక్కడ దాకా వినిపించింది కర్సర్స్ది? హలో,
ఫస్ట్ రెగ్యులర్ క్వెరీ దగ్గర వినిపించింది. జస్ట్ నార్మల్ క్వెరీ రన్ చేసినారు కదా, అక్కడ దాకా వినిపించింది.
ఓకే. సో నార్మల్ క్వైరీ తర్వాత నేను ఇప్పుడు కర్సర్ని ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఓకే, ఇప్పుడు నేను కర్సర్లో ఏం చేస్తున్నానంటే వచ్చిన డేటాని కర్సర్లోకి స్టోర్ చేసుకుని నాకు 4096 రికార్డ్స్ వస్తాయి. దాన్ని నేను రికార్డ్ బై రికార్డు కర్సర్ ద్వారా ప్రింట్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఐఎమ్ ప్రింటింగ్ ద కర్సర్ రికార్డ్ బై రికార్డ్. నౌ సి ఐఎమ్ గెటింగ్ రికార్డ్ బై రికార్డ్ 1 2 3 4 like that. Sorry. So I am getting record by record. See, you can see all the IDs and I will be getting all the record by record. So they are like 40,000 records are there now here. Okay, 4096 records. But since it is not big used data, so that's why it took like less than a second. Now what I am going to do? I am going to again insert the data into this again. Now you will have 4096, 8000. Oh, sorry, identity data. Oh, it's small int. Okay, it is a type of small int. That's why, that's the reason. Okay, now you got 16,384. For retrying that data, it took less than 1 second. Now by using the cursor, I'll print the same data by using the cursor. See, now it took 2 seconds. When the data size increases, then what happens? The time taken, because see now here when I do the select star from, you are getting only it still it is taking less than 1 second, but cursor it is taking 2 seconds to print all the records. It is printing record by record, so it prints all the whatever the number of records we have, that many number of records it will print. 16,384 records, right? So it will print 16,384 records. Okay. So for printing that, since you are taking record by record, it is taking 2 seconds. Are you able to get my point? Hello?
యా
యా, అంటే దీనివల్ల ఏంటిదంటే కర్సర్ వల్ల మీకు పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ చాలా ఇష్యూ ఉంటుంది. మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా ఏమైనా రికార్డ్ బై రికార్డ్ చేయాలంటే బెటర్ టు యూజ్ అదర్ టెక్నిక్. ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ అదర్ ఆప్షన్, దెన్ యూజ్ ద కర్సర్. In the test 2 you will be using the cursor. I will show you how to use it. There you can use the cursor. Okay.